Nice way to end the pre-Christmas portion of the schedule. It seemed like your team put a really solid defensive effort together tonight.
Yeah, I think, we talked this morning about what we could anticipate from Wilkes-Barre. Their expected goals against is one of the best in the league, and obviously both our goaltenders are off to real good starts, and their numbers indicate that. So they're a team that plays hard, and, they come at you pretty good, and I thought it was a pretty physical game, and a well-played hockey game. Could have went either way, quite frankly, and both goalies made some tremendous saves. So I think the fans went home happy and entertained, and we'll take the 2 points.
Yeah, speaking of goaltending, Matt Sogard was really good, especially in the first one. The Penguins made their push. How important was it for him to have a start like that?
Yeah, well, he took that shot, yesterday, and then again at the same spot this morning in pre-game skate. We didn't even know up until about 4:30 whether he was going to be able to play or not. So for him to battle through that and come in and really, quite frankly, was our best player in that first period. They outshot us, and they got some momentum off both power plays. So the chances, I thought, even though they controlled the ozone play in terms of puck possession, we did a pretty good job keeping things to the outside, but that 2 power plays there was some momentum and some chances, and Sogi was our best player. And then I thought in the second we were really good, and then the third obviously was just back and forth and well played, and we were fortunate to get a couple goals.
We talked about the physicality. You had a couple players leave the game as well, Lassie Thompson, Angus Crookshank. What are the updates on those guys? And nice to have a few days at least here in between games for guys to rest up?
Yeah, absolutely, and don't think we're going to see too many of the injured guys back for Monday afternoon's game. Aspero will play, and he's chomping at the bit to get in, and is going to take his gear home to Quebec when he goes home for Christmas here tonight, and get a couple skates in, but he'll be definitely in the lineup Monday afternoon. But in terms of, I think Crookshank's going to be fine, a little bit day-to-day. He's already been evaluating. Tomer's still getting evaluated, so we'll see, once we get in there, the extent of his injury and if he's going to miss some time or not.
I feel like we could talk about Ridley Gregg in every post-game interview, but to score that penalty shot goal, to kind of salt away the game a little bit, and to get it against a guy like Dustin Tokarski, what's that going to do for his confidence?
Well, it should be good. I thought he was really good tonight. Sexy and I had a little meeting with Ridley, which we do on occasion with players, and we felt that there was another level to his game since he's come back. Now tonight was his 5th game after getting back from his injury, and he was at a really high level prior to the injury. So tonight reminded me of prior to that injury, and it's never easy when you're battling injuries. And he's had 2 significant injuries so far this year, but I thought he was very intense tonight. It was great on the penalty kill with Betts. And, we put him and Crookshank and Sokolo back together, and they had some punches on the power play, and they were good 5-on-5. So, real good job. And for the penalty shot goal, I said to Belzy, at the time, as he was skating in, I said, this could be the TSN turning point. This is a big penalty shot. And, obviously that was gave us a little bit of breathing room there.
Brent Saunier continues his career year offensively. What have you liked so much about him and kind of meshing with this group?
Well, another guy that came in and really found an identity, straight lines, physical, and the points were coming. And he has found some chemistry with Castles and Saber, and they've been a very, very effective line together, and very reliable. Him too he's backed off a little bit from his identity, but still been able to put the puck in the net or get some points. And tonight I found that he was back to how he was when we first got him, and he was in on the forecheck and trying to be physical, and that's an identity line. You can put that line up right after a penalty or a power play, and they scored the second goal at the end of a power play. So good on him. He's a good person, a real good teammate, and I'm glad he's not only enjoying his time here with us, but being an effective player for us.
And the PK again, solid. You kept guys like Nylander, Smith, you neutralized them, I guess, basically. What kind of went into keeping those guys off the score sheet tonight?
Well, I think, special teams, there's always highs and lows, right? And our power play went into tonight, I think, 3 for 27, and had fallen from 4th to the 7th in the league, and we got one tonight. But the PK was struggling big time, and Ben Sexton did a good job. He challenged the guys in Winnipeg, and I thought they really responded Sunday afternoon. We went 4 for 4, and again tonight, I thought we were excellent on the PK, and Castles and Reinhardt did a tremendous job, and Betsy and Ritter as well. And they can't speak enough of what the back end did, and your goaltender is always your best player. And now they did hit a couple posts, so we might have got a little bit lucky in the first period, but overall, I thought the PKs responded very well here the last 2 games.
And lastly, it's a short break, but Christmas time is always an important one. What was kind of the message to the guys just heading into the break and in preparation for Boxing Day?
Well, for us, I thought tonight was an important game to stay in the mix, and you just want to, up until January, you just want to stay in the playoff fight, and we hope on a daily basis that we can continue to get some of our key people back, and obviously Aspero Monday's going to help, getting Howie back, and you can see what his presence out there. So we'll see what the roster brings us over the next couple of weeks with Ottawa getting healthy. But now it's just time to take a deep breath and enjoy some time away. And that Boxing Day game is never easy. But the good news is both teams are on the similar breaks. And in my experience, I've done it twice now. It's a real good atmosphere once you get in the building and 15,000 people, and then once they drop the puck, it's game on. So never easy game to play when you're at this point, but 4 days and get back to work, and hopefully we can get back to 500 next week.